Hey, we're here with Jason Mercer from Metro4, and we just heard Going Under there, a great tune from them. And we got a couple more tunes on the way for you as well. I just wanted to talk to you about some of your influences, actually. I mean, you talked to me about some of the comparisons that you guys had. Now, what about influences? Where do you guys draw a lot of your material from?
Actually, the four of us have kind of grew up listening to completely different music than one another. Our drummer, Ryan, he grew up, just a huge Nirvana fan, and you probably won't hear any of that in our music, but I grew up listening to, everything, rock, pop, R&B, when I was younger, so maybe you hear about a little bit of that in the vocals. Mainly our influences are, everything from 80s rock and pop to, today's stuff. Like I mentioned, a couple of European bands like Snow Patrol and U2 and Keane and bands like that. I also listen to a lot of, as a band, we listen to a lot of indie music as well, from the States and from Europe. So that kind of seeps into our songwriting and our, everything from guitar tones to melodies and stuff like that. So you'll hear a bit of that in our music as well.
And we'll get to some more music here for you. It's Sink Away right now, Metro4. It's on Sessions. I'm Jeremy Riddell.
This is MyFM Sessions.
You're with Sessions here. Sunday night is Jeremy with you, and we're talking with Jason Mercer from Metro4, and we just heard Sink Away. And Jason, before we get too far, how can people get in touch with you guys or find out some more information about you?
Our official site is metro4.ca, and we're also on Facebook and Twitter, and we're on Facebook and Twitter almost every day, posting photos and show announcements and different, exciting announcements and stuff like that. So pretty much if you're on Facebook or or Twitter and you type in Metro4, the number right beside the word Metro, you'll find us.
Man, how are you guys received when you traveled around?
It's great. We've been able to play with some pretty big acts, Sarnia Bay Fest and the Hiawatha Bash in Sarnia, and playing with other bands in Toronto and stuff like that. And it's been great. I mean, it's crazy to be able to sort of play with these bands and play at these venues and festivals and stuff is pretty big, and it's sort of mind-blowing to, play with bands like Our Lady Peace and Tragically Hip and bands that you sort of grew up listening to and still listen to, and, they call you up and say, hey, do you guys want to open for Our Lady Peace? And you say, oh, yeah, okay, sure. It's a surreal experience,
Yeah, I can believe that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are these, do you find that being on the same stage with some of these guys, do you get to talk with them backstage? Do you guys make friendships with them?
We do, actually. Like bands like Our Lady Peace, we get to meet a couple of the guys. When we played Bayfest this past summer, one of the guys from the Tragically Hip just sort of came over to our trailer, and, as a band, we were hanging out talking, and he just kind of stood there and joined the conversation and kind of looked at us about 45 minutes later into the conversation and said, I think I have to get on stage. And I was like, I think you do too, because we kind of heard their texts, getting all their gear ready and everything. So.
Right, and we've got time for one more tune here. This song is called Disease. You want to talk a little bit about that before we get it on the air?
Yeah, sure. So Disease is actually the second single from our album. Sort of the rockier, one of the rockier tunes on our record that we love playing live.
This is Metro4, and you can find out more about these guys by visiting their MySpace page. It's Metro and the number 4, or you can find them on Facebook as well. And the website again?
It's just www.metro4.ca.
I've got a disease that makes me weary of the future. I've got a disease that makes me wonder what I've done to you. It's not making sense how I wound up from there to here. Am I not trying hard enough? Well, tell me, my dear. 'Cause it's making me colder. Every breath I see in the air. But as time makes us older, will you make me over? Make me over. I suspect that my way doesn't equal having you, because my brain has never worked the way you wanted it to. I could sit for hours memorizing all the rules. No difference would it make, I'd still be your fool. 'Cause it's making me colder. Every breath I see in the air. But as time makes us older, will you make me over? I've got a disease, it makes me. I've got a disease, it makes me. It's not making sense to me. I've got a disease, it makes me. It makes me. 'Cause it's making me colder. Every breath I see in the air. But as time makes us older, will you make me over? Make me over. Make me over.
This is MyFM